and honesty. Those are the only two qualities we seek in a company when we have to spend our hard-earned money for service, air conditioning and plumbing service especially. I'm Sean Clinch, the host of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast, and the fine American gentlemen at Honest AC and Plumbing, well, they fit that mold. It's in their name. Veteran-owned, and they are truly locally owned. Give the team at Honest a call on the number on your screen. Honest AC and Plumbing, where a handshake still means something.
He's moving.
Look at that test, the quickest piece of video. That shows you how fast Bijan, Robinson, and Roschon move. And that was up in Indy, where Bijan posted a 4.46.40, and big Roschon, not too far behind, 4.58. I mean, I don't know if you pay attention to the NFL Combine, but that's pretty fast.
I did. It was fast as shit. I had to watch it several times because he moved across the screen. I actually watched both of them. They're I guess maybe Texas Longhorns Insta page, or
right.
They put together some really good clips.
They did.
Of Bijan, Roschon, Keandre, doing some of their little obstacle courses, and it was impressive. I think everybody was really impressed with our Longhorns representing in the Combine.
Yeah, they did. I always make fun of the NFL Combine because most of those drills are non-football moves. Mm-hmm. They have the Combine. You also have workouts at their respected universities, and you can opt in or opt out. And it's usually you walk around in your underwear for the most part for the betterment of 4 hours. And you see how high you can jump, vertical jump, do the 40, you do the bench press, see how many times you can lift 225 pounds, the broad jump, and then do these drills for position drills. Again, I'm not a big fan of the drill work because an individual either has it or they don't.
Yeah.
At those drills, you can be a champion, an All-American in drills. But I will say, I think Bijan will be the first running back chosen in the NFL draft. I think it's next month. And I think, which you said, and Stevie and everyone on this podcast has said, that Roschon is going to be a long-term asset to some program.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I heard, I didn't hear, but just kind of looking around that they're thinking Bijan to the Texans, maybe.
That would be interesting.
Don't know. But, I think both of those players are going to be huge, just assets, great team players, and Roschon being such a leader. It's going to be cool to see where they go. Fun. I'm excited for them. What an exciting time.
It is. Combines and those workouts are fun because you get to see guys really under pressure and their dreams come true. And, even Moro Ojomo impressed, Ojimo and DeMarvion. Yes. They're just the ones who were invited. You're invited to Indy. That's a huge compliment to what anyway, it's amazing. It's a good time, but we'll see where they end up. And that's even more fun right there. So, by the way, our sponsor, Honest AC and Plumbing. Hey, we never emphasize the plumbing enough, and get those done. Call Honest AC and Plumbing to have that taken care of. It's here locally, serving Austin and all the greater communities to the north. And you can see that little ad you saw at the beginning on our social media platforms. So, Texas spring football has started, and Coach Sarkisian revealed that there were a ton of injuries that we kind of knew about. There were about almost a dozen injuries, about 10 surgeries, it seemed like. But there was one test that kind of caught us off guard, and it explains a lot.
I try to protect this throughout the season, but Xavier had a broken hand essentially the second half of the season. And so to get him back out there, he was in a cast for about 8 weeks or roughly. So to get him back out there practicing full speed, which was awesome.
So What's your reaction? Because honestly, he admitted it. He protected him. Didn't mention it. Didn't say anything about it. I mean, no one needs to criticize them. You can do whatever you want as a program, but I think the fans, I don't know. That kind of explains the lack of production or less production by Xavier in the second half of the season.
100%. But I still think that some of the balls that were thrown to him it was based on the quarterback, not the receiver, too. But for sure, that changes, a lot with what people were saying about the X-Man and his productivity kind of slipping. But I mean, for Christ's sake, one of his little flippers were broken. So y'all pipe down, let him get healed. So I'm glad to hear that was the case. I think it's cool that Sark protected him.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it two ways. You can be the fan that says, you know what? How could you hide that? How could you play him? Well, it's kind of a liability. Receivers, their hands are everything. You can barely see my right hand, but there we go. But it kind of tells you the dedication that Xavier was out there fighting through that pain. But to just come out, and then the other side of the coin is, come on, man. It's kind of a liability to your offense. But then, Nayer's been injured since he's been at Texas, it seems like, unfortunately. Your wide receiver depth was compromised by injuries. But they've got a lot of receivers now that transfer from Georgia. It's going to be fun to see that receiver crew or core moving forward as I try to plug my power back in. But we recently had an episode with Cole Pittman, the Longhorn from 2001, came into Texas with our own Stevie Lee, part of the Shreveport Evangel group that Mack Brown really established a pipeline. That episode is up, and this was Mark Pittman, and he wrote a book called Raising Cole. I've read it twice. It is about a love from a dad of his son, and it's very touching, but it's also motivating. Here's a little sample from that as Mr. Mark Pittman talks about his affection for Mack Brown.
I love that man. I'd die for him in a heartbeat. Yeah. But Mack Brown is just when the first time I met him, and he told Cole, he said, "Son, we're recruiting you because you're a good athlete with character. I have to go back and second guess. I lost my boy. But I'm going back to Texas. If I'd send him somewhere else, would I have him? No, it's Texas. It's Mack Brown was Texas for us."
Powerful episode. 22 years later, still feeling those emotions as one can only guess. You lose. I heard the worst pain that an individual can feel is when you lose a child.
Absolutely.
And that's do you remember that when you may have been in New York City at the time, in 2001?
Vaguely. I remember parts of it, but not super well.
Yeah. He passed away driving back from Shreveport on Highway 79, a one-car collision. I believe he fell asleep. But that episode is out, and it's dedicated to Cole Pittman and his dad. And we really want to thank Mr. Pittman, great man, and Stevie for all their great stories, which was amazing. Hey, there's the rumor out, and Chris Beard may have a job sooner than many would have anticipated. It's already out there that there are rumors of him going to the SEC to Ole Miss. There it is.
Does Chris Beard need a hottie toddy?
Wow. We went right for it. I love it.
I'm just saying there's a lot of other schools, maybe less alcohol driven.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point.
Sorry, Ole Miss. I know you guys like to party, but so does everybody else. But anyway, yeah, that was a stretch. But sorry, I couldn't. That was low hanging fruit.
Yeah, you went for it. It was right there in front of your face. I don't blame you. But I will say this. I obviously found not guilty by our district attorney here of all charges. There was not enough evidence to convict him. But Chris Beard is going to be an asset to any program that picks him up. We wish him the best. But I think it would be, wow, SEC, as Texas has one more year basketball season in the Big 12, then it's on to the SEC. Will be interesting if he ends up in the SEC and has to come to Austin. Interesting.
Yes, that will be an interesting night at the Moody Center.
That's just fitting.
Yeah, everybody get your pitchforks ready. Just kidding.
So March Madness, the Horns, you saw it. Great win to end the regular season at home against Kansas, who will more than likely be a number one seed. Will be a number one seed. I don't know about the overall number one seed. It really doesn't matter. But Sir Jabari Rice, the graduate transfer from New Mexico State, talked about how they were dealing with some adversity and how they responded to it against Kansas.
Just because we wanted confidence going into postseason, losing 2 in a row is something we haven't did all year. And so it kind of just made you kind of sit back and be like, all right, we kind of got to get ourselves focused and back recenter. And I think we did a good job of that. I think practice was amazing. And I feel like I agree with the coaches when you practice well, you play well.
Practice well, you play well, you dress well, you feel good.
Well, Sir or Knight Jabari Rice, whatever I'm going to call him, he always plays well. He had a great game. So, yeah. And he just got something like Big 12 honor.
I think it was sixth man of the year, I believe.
Pretty cool. So well deserving. He's such a great. I mean, the whole team is stacked, but that's cool. I'm glad.
I think one win in the Big 12 tournament will solidify a 2 seed for them in the NCAA tournament. I mean, who knows? They may want to stay in Kansas City a while. I'm not a big proponent of conference tournaments. It's really for those teams who either need to win games to get in the tournament or need to win all of them to get the automatic bid.
Yes.
And so I feel good. I mean, it's all about who you're matched up with. But I'm going to venture to say, Tess, right now, regardless of what happens in Kansas City, that Texas is a second weekend team minimum. Sweet 16, Elite 8. I'd feel it.
Yeah, Elite 8 would be great.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Look at me making a rhyme at the same time.
Hey, you're not going to like this, but here's two teams that I really think are going to wreak havoc in the NCAA tournament. Shaka Smart's Marquette University, phenomenal year for him, great for Shaka. And all of a sudden, in the month of February and into now, March, Texas A&M has done this.
I know. Then they beat Alabama.
Yeah.
And speaking of Shaka, I mean, there goes another Texas coach doing great, not at Texas.
It's too much pressure, Tess.
Does anybody see a pattern here?
So keep your eye on these. I'm not telling you to pick them in your tournament. They're not bracket busters, but don't be surprised if both of them are in the second weekend playing for a spot to go to the Final Four. I mean, it would not surprise me at all.
Totally.
So on the women's side, I find this hard to believe. It had been 20 years until this past weekend since the Texas women's program had won a Big 12 championship. 20 years.
I think if you said that to most people, they'd be like, no way.
Yeah.
Because they've always been, we always say the same thing. They've always been good.
Yeah. They had some lean years. At the end of Jody's, they weren't really great. They had, Jody took them to the Final Four in 03, 04, or 02, 03. But there were 2 reasons why they struggled. Kim Mulkey when she was at Baylor, and Sherry Cole at Oklahoma. Those two dominated the Big 12 in a major way. I mean, major way during that time frame. But they did it. Vic Schaefer, second year, and this is after they beat Kansas State on the road, and he's talking about all the adversity they went through, because they went through a shit ton of injuries to get to this point, and even to their best players.
This is why we're here. This is why these players chose to come to Texas. It's why I chose to come to Texas. And I just couldn't be more proud of this group to think that we were down to 3 guards today, again, just like we were on Monday night, and to be able to go out and play like they played and play as well as they played is really, really special.
Wow.
Way to go, ladies.
Go, ladies. That's it. And, you know, they did fill up the Moody.
Good.
They played Baylor. They lost. They got beat pretty bad by Baylor. But they filled up the arena for a women's basketball game like old times, and donated a lot of money for charitable causes, which was a beautiful thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, this is a contribution from the Tess Sawyer. I've got to ask, and this is hilarious to me. But all I got to say is to this. What is that?
I send you so much stuff that I never know what you're going to pull. So a children's school class, I'm guessing like in the kindergarten, first grade, second grade range, had an art project. Gosh, I miss those days. I wish I could sit around and glue shit together all day, but now I got to do real stuff. So anyway, but they were supposed to make groundhogs for Groundhog Day, but I don't know what you thought, but I thought they looked like ball sacks.
Oh, they're straight brown nut bags. That's what it looks like to me.
They look like testicles.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And they've dropped.
Yeah. With little eyeballs. So each kid made their own little testicle that they could take home and show it to their parents.
Oh, my God. Absolutely hilarious.
I thought it was so funny.
Humor the balls, the brown nut bag.
That's right.
Beautiful. Nice.
Chocolate
nice work.
balls.
Nice work, Tess Sawyer.
Oh,
nice
anytime. I always find balls on the internet.
Yeah, the balls on the internet is the route to go. Mm-hmm. Hey, how about we get a shout out to the first OG supporter, and that being Jim Saxton, and we'll see you on the other side of this break. For all of your insurance needs, look no further than our primary sponsor, Jim Saxton State Farm Insurance Agency. The ATX OG has been insuring Austin for over 3 decades. And get this, Jim Saxton is a Longhorn legacy. He is the son of the late, great James Saxton, who was a Heisman finalist. Be sure to give him a call, or better yet, visit his website, saxtoninsurance.com, and tell him that the stories inside the Man Cave Boys recommended you.
I got our own fans yelling at our players over the dugout. Like, I don't know what kind of place this is, but I thought there was some Aggie loyalty around here. You know, got a dude holding up a freaking newspaper, one of the dance teams over on the other side. Like, I don't know. I need to keep my mouth shut.
Hey, I thought the 12th man supported their Aggies through thick and thin.
Apparently not.
Wow. That's
they
Jim
eat their own, I guess.
Oh, my God. Jim Schlossnagle, one of the best college baseball coaches in America. What he did at TCU was phenomenal. Man, phenomenal man. And he's learning quickly. But I will say his Aggies, just like the Longhorns are right now, and we'll get to that, they struggled early, lost to Lamar, and lost to Portland University in Oregon, which I didn't know they had a baseball program. They lost to them twice, but they have since righted the ship. They went to the Minute Maid Classic and really have improved quite a bit after Coach Slosh made those statements right there. That was hilarious. So this proves to everyone, Aggies are human too. They don't like losing.
Well, we know that. Nobody likes losing. It's the only thing I can agree with about all of those statements. But.
Oh, my God. So second half here, we're wrapping things up. I got to do, before we talk about the Longhorns, I got to give a tribute to the now late Jeff Ontiveros, one of the best first basemen that has played for the Longhorn baseball program, proud of Round Rock, Texas. From what I know, age 43, he's number 40, called him Big Tex, gone way too soon. From what I understand, had a kidney transplant. And from what I know, unfortunately, and it's beyond sad, I believe his body rejected it. And I hope I'm not getting my facts mixed up. But either way, it's sad nonetheless. But Jeff Ontiveros, part of that 2002 national championship. And I believe, if memory serves me correctly, he was on Coach Langerhand's teams at Round Rock, which won a state championship as well in Round Rock. And he was really big in the youth baseball, which we all know is phenomenal in Round Rock, Texas. And our thoughts and prayers, of course, are with the Ontiveros family and to the Longhorn Nation as well, all those former players of those great teams. So obviously, Big Tex will always be remembered. He still holds some school records, but his beloved Longhorns are not off to a good start. I don't know what your thoughts are, Tess. I know it's early. They have a lot of new players, but they're just having a lot of miscues, and it's very strange.
Yeah, I haven't really honed in a lot on this year, this team, and I haven't been to a game yet. But looking at the stat, I mean, yeah, it's lopsided the wrong way. Still very early on, so, and there's a lot of baseball to be played. So maybe some things could change, but also, like you said, maybe a building year.
Well, rebuilding year with two new coaches and a lot of, regardless, I mean, if they finish below 500 and don't make the postseason, listen, I have friends on that staff, and this could very well cost some people's jobs, but we're way too early. They have a 15-game homestand starting tonight. We record this Tuesday evening or night, whatever you want to call it. Start out with Sam Houston, 15-game homestand. And 11 games, I think, before conference starts.
Okay.
It's not going to be the year until late April I think people want to see, but I think stick beside this team. They are having base running issues. The 2-out hitting's not on par. And in some ways, the starting pitching's pretty good, but bullpen pitching, everything, you got to have run support. And you got to eliminate some of the base running errors and errors on the field to get it going. I don't know how I transition to this, but you're familiar with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Kirk Douglas, right? As the couple.
Michael Douglas?
Michael Douglas, yes.
Kirk the dad.
Yeah. So
I am familiar with them.
Well, great couple there.
Yes,
well, they have this
handsome couple.
To keep things fresh when they play golf. If Michael Douglas can't hit it past the ladies' tees, he has to whip it out and show Catherine.
His penis?
His penis.
Interesting, because you would think she's seen it a lot by now.
A lot. There's something about the excitement of out in the public, out on the links.
A little fresh air. Kind of just showing your lady your junk. Interesting. Okay. Well, I wonder if they play at a private club, I'm guessing.
Oh, they go out in public courses, Hancock, Butler pitch and putt, just whipping it out.
Michael's going to get like an indecent exposure charge.
Going to make a Basic Instinct reference.
Yeah. Or, he should be careful because, there's a lot of bugs on golf courses and other sort of things flying around.
The
Gophers.
creepy crawlies.
Yeah, you want to be careful what you're doing out there in nature.
In the wild. In the wild.
That's funny, though. I hadn't heard that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I got 2 TikToks for you, Tess.
All right.
So this one involves 2 cats. Hilarious. It's very quick, but keep an eye on the bottom part. It's this round donut hole looking thing. Little guy trying to creep up on the hairy one on the top. Pretty funny.
That's Catfight.
I'm buying that.
Get out of my donut.
Get out of my donut hole. Stay out of my holes.
They were fighting over their favorite place in the hole.
That's the winning half the battle in life is fighting for your place in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
It's now this one will take you back to our high school days.
Okay.
Vanilla Ice, the one-hit wonder. So there's this couple. She is serious. They got it in their 40s. They don't look it. She always does these dances, and she's real serious. She stares at her husband nonstop. Well, this is a scaled-down version of it to Ice Ice Baby. And I got a feeling, I have a feeling you did this a lot in the 90s.
Turn off the lights, and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance, rush the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly, when I play a dope melody. Anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better gain weight. You better hit the bullseye, the kid don't play. And if there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Ice, ice, baby.
That girl's good. She had the Running Man down good.
The stare was deadly.
Yeah, she had it going on. I liked it.
That white girl had some skills.
She had some moves. Vanilla Ice would be proud.
Yeah, was that you in 1992 or 3 or 90?
Probably. I don't know if I have any videos. Thank God TikTok did not exist during that time.
Or cell phones. I wish they would have. We need some video evidence of Tess shaking her groceries to Ice.
Hey man, tell me something good.
Sawyer, if I hate to invite more people to come to Austin, but if you do, and you're watching this from another part of Texas or across the country, right now is the best time of year to be here. It really is. The weather's gorgeous. Everybody seems to be happy. Festivals, South by Southwest, 2 weeks of it. I think the second week is the music piece.
Next week.
Next week. But both weeks are fun around town. A lot of venues. Dell Match Play is here. There's a lot of things going on, and it is unreal between now and mid-April. I think, and I've said it once, and I want to say it till I'm blue in the face. I'm trying to run for Chamber of Commerce president of Austin, Texas, but this is the best time frame to be in Austin, Texas. So if you're watching, book your flight. Southwest Airlines, come here, and I dare you to say I'm wrong. So tell me something good, Tess Sawyer.
Well, you kind of stole my good thing. I was gonna say, well, not all of my thunder, but yeah, I'm just excited. Next week is spring break. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing any spring breaking because I'm an adult and I'm not going to school. But and I don't have children. But I am gonna take a day off at the end of next week, and and I'm also going to probably do a couple of South by things, go around, listen to some music, get into a couple things. Really excited about it. And then it's also March Madness. Well, there'll be basketball,
a lot of it,
Patrick's Day. And then right after that, Dell Match Play. So it's just a slew of fun stuff happening. So I think that's really good. It's a good time to be in Austin, Texas. So we're lucky to live here.
Yeah, we are very lucky. We don't take it for granted. And everyone, serious, if you come here, visit, but go back to where you live.
Yes, please don't move here.
let our real estate prices dip
Yes.
a little bit. Price points. We love to have you. We're very hospitable people here, like us. We're OGs. Don't judge our town by some others' attitudes, but I think for the most part that everyone who's moved here has assimilated, so to speak.
Oh yeah. I still think there's still a very nice level of generosity in the town. I mean, you're seeing some changes with some of the growth, but it's still a really nice place to come and visit, not to live. We don't want anybody to live here. We're all full. We don't have any more spots. All the spots are taken. The velvet rope is locked, shut, done. But come visit all you want. Just leave.
We apologize to our real estate friends, real estate agent.
Oh yeah, sorry. But make sure you could also get like a temporary.
Right. Buy an Airbnb, buy a home.
But also you can buy homes without moving from another city.
Great point.
There are plenty of people in this town that either want to upgrade, downgrade, move to a different part of town, maybe buy a first-time house. So,
and when you come here, be sure to adopt the word y'all, please. We still say it, and open doors for people. That's all I got to say. And when you're driving down the road on the freeway, if we do this, you wave your finger back at us, or if we let you over, you wave at us.
That's right.
There you go.
Right.
That's all we ask. We're very simple.
Very, very simple things. And don't forget to tip. You're hardworking.
Right.
Anybody that you do anything, you should always be tipping. Your bartenders, wait staff, whatever the option is. They brought you a coffee, you need to tip them.
Yep. Tip our service staffs everywhere. And don't argue about everything.
Yeah. Don't send your steak back. Okay, that's it.
leave Austin a better place when you leave it, and keep coming back, because we're some loving people here in Austin, Texas.
We are.
Hey, for the Tess Sawyer and the pride of Shreveport, Louisiana, that being Stevie Lee, and the Man Cave OGs, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and Coach Mo. What do we say, Tess Sawyer?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up.